first time I place my eyes on you, my heart says follow through. But I know now that I'm way down on your line. But the waiting deal is fine. So don't treat me like a puppet on a string, 'cause I know how to do my thing. Don't talk to me as if you think I'm done. I wanna know when you're gonna come. See, I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait. It's been 3 years since I'm knocking on your door, and I still can knock some more. Ooh boy, is it feasible? I wanna know, for I to knock some more. You see, I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your.
Well, hello everyone. Great to see so many people here in this giant hall. And welcome to the session Around the World in 7 Marketing Campaign, #MarketingGenius. My name is Anja Feldreuter, and I am the outgoing chair of the Management and Marketing Standing Committee. This session is hosted by Management and Marketing and our fabulous sponsor, Pressreader. First of all, I want to thank everyone who made submissions to the IFLA Pressreader Marketing Award this year. We had some really amazing campaigns to choose between this year, and I know it was hard work for the jury to decide on the winners. And also I want to thank the jury for the hours that you have been putting in to this project, and especially a big thanks to our jury chair, Nick Boxam, who's here today, and to the chair of the jury working group, Elena Sturr. And of course, a big thanks to our sponsor, Pressreader, for making it possible to bring some of our top 3 winners to the conference. The theme of this conference is Let's Work Together, Let's Library. But how do we work together, and what does it mean to library? For me, it all comes down to the respect for each other, respect for human rights, freedom of speech, and freedom of expression. For me, to library is nothing without those core values. Management and marketing are 2 keys to protect these core values. Management is making things possible, and marketing is telling the story about what we are doing. Today, we will listen to 7 different stories from all over the world. We will start with our 2023 IFLA Pressreader Marketing Award winner, Sistema de Bibliotecas, Públicas de Medellín from Colombia. Juan David Maya, congratulations. The stage is yours.
En el planeta Tierra, al sur del continente americano, en un país llamado Colombia, se encuentra Medellín, una ciudad con 2.569.007 habitantes. En ella, hace 16 años, el sistema de bibliotecas públicas llegó a transformar los territorios a través de la lectura, el arte y la cultura. 26 bibliotecas llegaron a habitar y transformar el entorno. Nuestras bibliotecas son espacios de inclusión y aprendizaje, garantizan el libre acceso a la información, lugares vivos donde se crean historias y se da vida a los sueños. Así empezó la vuelta al mundo en 26 bibliotecas, como un anhelo de conectar las bibliotecas y los territorios con otras culturas, viajar a través de ellas a diferentes países con el poder de la imaginación. 3.364 viajeros le dieron la vuelta al mundo a través del sistema de bibliotecas públicas de Medellín. Cada biblioteca diseñó una experiencia intercultural para conocer diferentes países del mundo. El 48% de los viajeros visitaban por primera vez una biblioteca. En el 2023 le daremos la vuelta al mundo en 27 bibliotecas, y esta vez será con un viaje en el tiempo. Sistema de Bibliotecas Públicas de Medellín.
Medellín Futuro.
Hello everyone, I'm Juan David Maya from the Public Library System of Medellín. We are very glad and joyful to be here. We're gonna share with you a few words. Medellín is a small valley surrounded by mountains with steep slopes that have been haphazardly inhabited by rural migrants since the 20th century. In that slopes, most of the poverty has concentrated, and during the 80s and 90s, most of the violence as well. It was precisely towards these lifted places that the administration claimed to bring 26 oases of words and inclusion closer to the people, from which they could find new long-distance friends in the epistolary exercise that are books, discover affinities and coincidence in otherness, and see themselves reflected in diversity. Books, literature, and imagination still captivate our visitors today and allow them to experience a different city because they themselves have changed in their encounter with words. For the past 16 years, the Public Library System of Medellín has been fulfilling this important mission through 26 information units located throughout the urban and rural territory of the city. Some are small and cozy, while others are large library parks. Regardless of their size, our units offer the city a wide range of modern services. Of course, librarians, but also social and cultural services, technological and digital resources, and reading promotion, that endless task of seduction that aims in the same direction as library marketing, toward the formation of new readers. With this last purpose in mind and seeking to remedy the low attendance caused by COVID-19, our talented interdisciplinary team, with the help of artists and community leaders, a lot of imagination and a love for what we do, and very few resources, started this journey that is currently bringing us to Rotterdam. The journey, lasting about 2 months, was an aesthetic immersion into the cultures of the world, through his music, dance, gastronomy, customs, and of course, his literature. More than 3,300 travelers embarked on a journey through all continents while exploring the city and our country's libraries. Half of them never been to one before. The luggage that accompanied us throughout the journey was filled with gamification, mental challenges, technological aids. A map of Medellín indicated the location of our country's libraries, lots of books, and a passport for each traveler to record the unique experience, rewarding the most intrepid travelers. Receiving this award is proof that Colombians, Latin Americans, have much to offer to the rest of the world. Our beautiful geography and landscapes, the diversity and variety of our people and cultures, the strength and resilience resulting from our shared history, and the eloquence of our multiple ancestral languages have come together in a singular and colorful voice that speak to the rest of the world with the spirit of Quixote and the language of Cervantes. Thank you for listening to us. From Medellín and its public library system, we feel truly honored by this recognition, and we invite you to continue this journey with us. We will be delighted to have the world in our libraries once again. We are all invited. Thanks.
Okay, whoops, let's see. Okay, so this must have been put up there by my colleagues here. As a shout out to our cousins in Utrecht, I guess. Listen, my name is Nick Higgins. I'm the Chief Librarian at Brooklyn Public Library, and we're here today to talk about book banning and an initiative that we're running to really take back the narrative of book bans and situating them in libraries where they belong. Thank you to Rotterdam. Rotterdam is such a vibrant, beautiful city. It's such a pleasure to be here, and we're so honored to receive this award. So thank you so much. So Books Unbanned is a freedom to read, intellectual freedom initiative by the Brooklyn Public Library that has recently been joined by Seattle Public Library that allows any young person in the United States aged 13 to 21 full access to our 500,000 ebooks and audiobook collection at the Brooklyn Public Library. And all that a young person needs to do to get access to our collection is to write us an email to tell us about what kind of censorship initiatives or efforts are happening in their community, what kind of book challenges they're facing, and really about any access issues that they're facing or anything about the library that they love. They just write us an email and we issue them a digital library card to the Brooklyn Public Library, an e-card, and they have full unrestricted access to our collections. What motivated us to start this program initially was in late 2021. We were alarmed by the proliferation of book bans that were sprouting up all over communities in the country. And because the majority of books that were being targeted by book bans were written by or featured stories about people of color or LGBTQ plus individuals, we understood that this wasn't about books. It wasn't about book bans at all. Books were being used as a vehicle to drive toward a much darker goal. That's the elimination of certain narratives in our communities from public discourse and signaling to certain people in the community that they don't belong at all. So we decided that we wanted to act. We were also troubled by what we saw as the marshaling of state power in censorship efforts in our communities and our state government. There are a handful of laws and pieces of legislation that are popping up in states and being pushed through in states in America that are basically copycat CRT or educational gag orders that effectively codify censorship in libraries and schools in those states and criminalize librarians and educators. So we needed to act. So with Books Unbanned, we had three goals right from the start that we continue to this day. One was helping teens where they are. This is allowing people to access our ebook collection and audiobook collection, establishing and supporting teen advocates and councils We are not going to create anything for teens without teen involvement. So we have some teens in our library got together and they created their own Teen Intellectual Freedom Council that now meets monthly with other teens across the United States to talk about how they can push back against censorship in their communities. They learn from First Amendment rights activists and experts, and they talk with one another about how to build solidarity and support. And what we're here to talk about today is really taking control of the narrative. We recognized early on that the loudest voices in the room are the ones who are advocating to remove books from shelves, and we needed to take back that story and situate it, like I said before, in the libraries where they belong.
Thank you, Nick. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Robin Lester-Kenton, and I'm the Vice President of Marketing and Communications for the Brooklyn Public Library. So once we had conceived of this project, it was my and my team's job to package this program, brand it, and promote it. So one thing I really had to come to terms with is that I am no longer a young adult, and we wanted to really make sure that this was a program that teens could relate to and not something they felt ownership of. So we worked with our teen council to come up with what the name was going to be. So we ended up with Books Unbanned. That's what the leadership committee chose. But you can see some of these other options. Some are great, some are a little weird. But it really gave the teens an opportunity to take ownership of this in Brooklyn to help their peers. Then the next up was branding and design. My team ended up coming up with a pretty bold campaign that was very evocative of the idea of historical censorship in the United States and I think around the world as well. So this became our branding kit that we used across all of our materials. Of course, we needed to roll out the campaign then pretty fully. So we had a coordination for a place on our website, social media, signage in our branches to recruit teens and let folks know, and then, of course, merch. Everyone wants a tote bag. We use an off-site merchandiser for our online store, so we were able to make direct-to-print products through them so that we didn't have to buy merchandise up front, but people could just order online as one-offs to get stuff printed. One big takeaway for us was really the ability to be very nimble with this campaign. At the end of last summer, a public high school teacher in Oklahoma named Summer Baumier shared a QR code to the Books Unbanned application with her students and faced pretty severe consequences. She's actually facing her teaching license being revoked and ended up leaving her job. Her community in Oklahoma ended up taking and running with this QR code as sort of a symbol to support her and a symbol of the campaign. So we actually started using it as well to make merch with our QR codes. It actually works for the application. Yes, and we actually hired her as well. She now came to Brooklyn and works with us. So it's great, big win. Yeah. So she works directly with our teens and of course is a great spokesperson and is a very brave individual, so we're happy to have her. Just wanted to run through the numbers of our success so far. We've had applications from all 50 US states, plus Washington, DC, and Puerto Rico. We've had over 6,000 young people apply for cards, and those who have gotten cards have checked out more than 100,000 digital items from our collection. Social media campaign, we've had over 2 million impressions, and this last one has really been the biggest winner for us. Earned media, over 1 billion views across the world about our campaign. That has really helped us with fundraising. A big challenge for us with this project is that our primary responsibility is to serve the people of Brooklyn. So we are not able to use our public funding towards this project since it is providing materials to people outside of New York State. So we've now raised almost $500,000 thanks to our earned media with donations around the world, which has allowed us to continue running and funding this campaign for young people facing censorship. Now I will turn it over to my colleague to talk about press strategy.
Hi, so I'm Damaris Olivo, and I'm the Director of Communications for Brooklyn Public Library. So how did we keep momentum going once the campaign kicked off? So Banned Books Week was an annual event celebrating the freedom to read. It's actually in October this year. And it was a fantastic opportunity to revive the conversation on banned books in the press. So the library had already positioned itself as a leader in the conversation and a source in the conversation. This week became a key point in our media plan. So we pitched op-eds, we held events and panels featuring teens, subject matter experts, and projected a message, as you can see on the facade, of our central library. And all of this generated positive coverage for the program and built momentum. And Banned Books Week culminated, we said it was a successful Banned Books Week because we got a tweet from President Barack Obama, who did not tag us, by the way, and all the social media people here can probably relate to that feeling. So we were super excited, but we'll take it. We thought it was a pretty great. So one of the challenges that we faced when pitching this program to the press was that reporters inevitably wanted to speak to teens who had been affected or parents of teens who were participating in the program. But it was really important to us that their privacy be protected since it's such a sensitive issue. So we had to engage, we had to enlist validators to be vocal on the issue. Some people were already out there talking about it. As Robin just mentioned, Summer Baumier, the teacher from Oklahoma, who lost her job after posting our QR code. So we invited her to Brooklyn, where she featured in a panel and conversation with one of our teens and a New York Times reporter. We also organized interviews with local media outlets to promote the cause. And then similarly, we came across a viral TikTok video of a mother from Oklahoma whose child had used the program. And you'll hear a little bit more about that in a second. But I just want to touch on social media and its power as a storytelling platform. So through Books Unbanned, we heard hundreds, if not thousands, of stories from teens and parents. And usually interactions were pretty limited, but through TikTok, we were able to hear this mother's reaction when her teen reached out to us for a library card. So I just wanted to kind of leave you with this. She was so touched by the conversations that she had with our staff, that her teen had with our staff when he called one of our branches. And she had a message for the librarian who took the time to speak with her child. So this is a video of the mother who called our library in Brooklyn from Oklahoma about the Books Unbanned program.
Library. And the person who answered said that their address, the Adams Street Library address, was the correct address to send thank you notes to. Awesome. Perfect. And I said, you know what? I don't know who's answering the emails, but whoever it is has been very kind. I'm thinking it's an intern or a volunteer. Nope, it's the head librarian at the Adams Street Library who is answering those emails. I said, you know what? Would you please tell her from me? I have a kiddo who has been sending emails and who has a digital library card. Would you please tell her from me how much I appreciate how kind she has been to my kiddo? And the woman on the other end says, oh, what's your kiddo's name? And when I told her, she goes, oh, we love her. So librarians across the country who are providing my kiddo with literature that my kiddo needs in order to feel a little less alone in the world, know my kiddo's name, and feel genuine affection for my kiddo, and have been super kind. Can I tell you how hard I cried? Y'all, the Brooklyn Public Library's Books Unbanned program is an absolute, I'm so thankful for it. I'm just so thankful.
Our third place winner, Foshan Library from China, couldn't be here in person, but they were kind enough to send us a video presentation.
Hello, my highly respected fellows of IFLA section on management and marketing. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Huang Baichuan from Foshan Library of Guangdong Province, the People's Republic of China. I'm so glad to meet you in the IFLA World Library and Information Congress again to introduce you another program of our library which ranked third in this year's marketing award, the X-Book Project. Foshan is a beautiful city which is famous for its martial arts, folk art, and pottery. The city library was established in 1957 with a floorage of 53,000 square meters and over 3 million collections, as well as various large databases. It's influential and popular among the citizens. The X-Book Internet platform was founded in 2021, aimed to unify the circulation of both family and library collections. Users can upload their books for sharing and borrow books from others and libraries through contact-free logistics distribution service. The uploaded books could be used for borrowing, drafting, gifts giving, and displaying. The project adopts internet marketing thinking and has achieved significant marketing results through overall design from multiple aspects, such as strategic goals, positioning, platform functions, organizational structure, team building, and marketing strategies. Using the 4P marketing strategy, we've innovated institutional design and developed operational rules and user agreements to ensure the effectiveness of the project. We've created one main brand and 4 sub-brands and made the project recognizable through a unified logo. Also, we've opened up online and offline publicity channels and collaborated with social forces to carry out publicity, as well as achieved user growth through social phishing and gamified marketing. As a result of all these measures, the project has developed into a brand for sharing home-kept books with a complete online and offline ecological chain. Both the book collectors and their service recipients on the Xbook platform have given enthusiastic feedback to the project. At present, over 63,000 copies of Family Connections have been uploaded, and the platform has recorded 259,000 visits, which generated 20,000 book circulation orders. Thus, the Family Connections which left unused have been recirculated, and utilization of library connections has also been greatly improved. From April 23rd of this year, the platform has started to be open to all residents of Guangdong province. That should lead to benefit more people, we believe. That's all I'm supposed to share with you about the Xbook project. Welcome to Foshan. Welcome to Foshan Library. Many thanks again for your listening.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm Shen Hongmei from China. It is my great honor to be here today, representing Jiaxing Library to share our project with you all. Firstly, I would like to express my gratitude to all the international judge experts for recognizing and encouraging our team's effort. Secondly, I would also like to thank all the team members for their hard work. Jiaxing Library was founded in 1904 and is one of the most historical public libraries in China. Currently, Jiaxing Library has a collection of more than 3 million books and serves more than 4 million readers each year. It lends more than 2 million books annually and organizes more than 5,000 reading promotion activities each year. In China, there are a great many people who cannot read textual materials, including the visually impaired persons, seniors, preschoolers, as well as illiterate adults. However, most public libraries in China still focus on reading physical materials, and the existing audiobooks require smartphone apps, which limits their use among many people. This situation also exists in Jiaxing. To address this issue, Jiaxing Library launched China's first audiobooks program in 2022, which provides fast quality resources, unique features, and user-friendly services for patrons. At present, we have developed 3 series of audiobooks for younger children, elementary school students, and seniors. A total of 8,500 audiobooks of 100 different types could be checked out by residents. These audiobooks combine the features of radio and the smart speaker, which also includes 32 GB internal storage for audiobooks, stories, radio dramas, classic operas, program in Jiaxing dialects, and local history, etc. It is very easy to carry and operate, which does not require internet connection to play audio products. It also supports AI interaction, as well as SOS emergency services. The library provides free one-to-one counseling services for this device. Each audiobook stored on the device is only about 4 Chinese yuan, which is much cheaper than the printed books and could generate more usage with lower depreciation costs. Readers can check out and return the audiobooks at any of the Jiaxing Library's branches. We also delivered the new device to homebound patrons and trained the branch librarians to promote these audiobooks. We also invite participants of library programs to try these new audiobooks. This project reached our goals and yielded good results. The audiobooks were checked out 12,000 times in 1 year. On average, each unit was borrowed 1.5 times, which was the equivalent of 480,000 books being checked out. There are about 48 times of media coverage praising this new audiobook device, which include 11 stories by national news agencies, and millions of readers accessed these reports online. This audiobooks program promotes social justice and digital equality with the help of new technology. It reflects the IFLA's vision of a strong and united global library field, powering literate, informed, and participatory societies. Thank you for attending and listening. I look forward to cooperating with you in future events and sharing more ideas and project results with each other. Thanks.
Dear audience, I'm one with great librarians from all over the world. For me and for my library, it's a great honor to be here and present a marketing campaign of a small city library. My name is Anna Istók, and I came from Hungary. Thanks to the organizations that made it possible to be here. Let me introduce my library and my city in a few words. Gödöllő is a small town near to the agglomeration of the capital with 30,000 inhabitants. We are also known as a city of parks and a famous tourist destination due to our royal palace. Our library plays an important role in the vivid cultural life of Gödöllő. Nearly 21% of the inhabitants are the users of our library. We are committed to innovation, to marketing, and total quality management in our work. Our marketing strategy is based on 4C marketing mix instead of 4P, focusing not on the product, but on the need and comfort of the consumers. We treated them as partners and not only passive users. We work together to improve services. We try to involve, to engage them, and we are building a love mark brand. The so-called 20 years, 20 gifts marketing campaign had a special occasion. Due to the lockdown, we recorded a significant loss in the number of users, so we needed a refreshment to rebuild our membership. It was a lucky coincidence that we celebrated our 20th birthday in 2022. So we planned a year-long marketing campaign to bring back life to the library. You can see all the project elements of the campaign, the time schedule of it, and of course there were some spotlighted events. Let's look at the details. According to the campaign slogan, it was our library that gave presents to the patrons. These gifts were varied from small items to huge investments, like a self-service bookbox machine or a completely new area, the so-called makerspace department for arts and crafts activities. Following these purchases, we launched new clubs, workshops, activities like sewing, knitting, board gaming, 4D planning, or yoga club. These small groups have been working continuously since then. It was a crucial element of the campaign to play with our readers, so we organized a library challenge called Bookathlon. It was not only a reading game, but it also promoted our less-known services. Stickers had to be collected in a small booklet during the year, and each completed challenge was worth a sticker. The stickers could be redeemed for small gifts, and the players in the finish could compete for the grand prize. You can see some of the most popular challenges on this slide. The promotion of the Bookathlon was carried out by our patrons. Readers of all ages gave their faces to the posters to invite other readers to join to the challenge. Next element of the campaign was making a new image film with the patrons. They could participate in the shooting. More than 100 people took part in it, and the result was a short movie that promotes reading, books, and of course our library. The video has an own self-made background music. Our colleague composed the library anthem, organized the band, and performed it. As I mentioned before, we surprised our patrons with a lot of gifts. During the project, we offered them loyalty deals, discounts, waiving fines, and free entry to events. Users who are part of the close family were gifted a lifelong membership. These offers were realized in June. This was the month of the birthday. We prepared a 3-day party for our members and visitors with cakes and gifts, invited special musicians, literary productions, guests. They were selected of the target group's proposals. You can see some photos of the party. For this occasion, we prepared a birthday magazine. In this special edition, we published a selection of funny stories over the past 20 years. 20 years ago, the former Municipal Library moved to a brand new building and reopened as a community and information center with modern services. So we installed a photo exhibition that reflected the changes. As you can see, we used a diverse mix of marketing tools during the campaign, such as advertisements, sales promotions, public relations, direct marketing. And the most spectacular item was the parachuter one, so I can safely say that we were all over the news. Finally, I must show the results. We registered a significant increase in our statistical data. We found new clubs, registered new patrons, and you can see on the graphs that due to our efforts, growth was achieved in all areas, like number of visits, loans, programs, and so on. Our 20 years, 20 gifts marketing campaign was successful. We achieved our goals because we work with our patrons and not just work for them. We offered them experiences instead of services. We led them behind the scenes. Instead of one-way advertising, we prefer the back-and-forth communication. We make users emotionally engaged to reading, to books, to our library. Before I say goodbye, please scan this QR code with your smartphones and watch our image movie, which is an eternal memory for all of us. Thank you for your kind attention. Please visit our website or follow us on social media. Thank you.
Hello, and thank you very much. My name is Susan Parker-Leavy, and I'm from Museum of Islamic Art in Doha, Qatar. And I'm going to present the Guinness World Records, most languages in a reading relay, Let the World Read. So just to introduce our museum, it's a Museum of Islamic Art, and it has one of the finest collections of objects relating to Islamic art in the Gulf. And we have a library which reflects the museum collection. So here you can see our visitor numbers, and I think a lot of you probably have similar kind of numbers where the museum opened 12 years ago, the library opened 8 years ago, and we had a decent level of visitors, but obviously during the time of COVID, the numbers really dropped. And then also on top of the COVID, we actually closed the museum for 1 year to do renovations. So our numbers completely dropped off in the lead up to the World Cup. So we decided we needed to do something really exciting to market our library and to kind of reactivate people visiting. So I came up with the idea of doing a Guinness World Record. And what we decided to do was a reading relay with as many languages as possible. So we had one book, which was The Little Prince. We had 56 different language readers, and then we had to have 112 experts. So for each language, we had to have 2 experts in the language to make sure that the people were actually reading in that language. They weren't just saying blah, 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 blah. So, and then we had one chance. So on the 12th of October, the judge from Guinness would come and judge whether we actually met all these criteria. So you can see the picture here with the judge, my deputy director, and Lara from National Museum on stage when we received the award. So we managed to do it. And these are all the different languages that we included. So it was really exciting because it really brought the community together. We had people from so many different languages, different walks of life, all participating in this competition. And then, of course, we made a whole marketing campaign around it. So, for example, we had the MIA social media. We're covering it in the lead up and afterwards and during the event. So we had a lot of live coverage, promoting, asking people to come forward if they spoke some of the languages that we were looking for. We have more than 2 million followers on the social media, so there was a lot of exposure there. Then we also set up our own Guinness World Record social media pages as well. So we had one that was called Let the World Read, which we're continuing to use with schools. And we showed the cover of each of the official books of the Guinness, of the Little Prince, and then also the people who are going to be reading and the people who are going to be judging. So this was also a good place to promote the individuals who are reading in each language to their communities. And then we also made a LibGuide. So being librarians, we have to do a LibGuide. So we had a LibGuide which had links into all the different translations of the book. Again, showing videos of the people rehearsing in their languages, and a lot of other resources are here as well. This is still available for you to have a look at if you're interested in doing a Guinness World Record for your library. And then we set up a lot of partnerships. So one of the important partnerships that we did was with Qatar Television, which is the main national TV station there. So they helped us to design this beautiful set. So this is our museum, but they put all this like lighting, and they basically created the world of the Little Prince inside the Islamic Museum. And then they also gave us one of the TV presenters to actually present the Guinness World Record. So, you know, rather than me or someone else presenting, it was really nice to have a professional, famous person presenting the event in the evening. And you can see everyone's set up in the stairs by the different languages. And we started with French because the book is in French, and then went to Arabic and all the different languages just basically. And they had only 10 seconds in between each language. And then we also set up partnerships with the different embassies. So here you can see the Flag Plaza, which was set up for the World Cup, showing all the different languages that, all the different countries that were participating in the FIFA World Cup. And so this was a way for us also to work with the embassies and find people who could speak the different languages that we needed for the competition. And then we also work really closely. Obviously, the author of The Little Prince is no longer with us, but his family and his foundation is still around. So we worked with the foundation for The Little Prince, who allowed us to screen a documentary and also an animated film about The Little Prince. Again, we had a chance to invite families to come to the auditorium and participate in this celebration. And then local community websites and media channels like Qatar Living got involved and did a lot of coverage for us. Also, this was really exciting. QFM radio network is an Indian station which has like a massive following of over 1 million people in the Indian community. And this was really important because as part of the challenge, we had, I think it was 5 languages from India, like Hindi, Malayalam, etc. And then they actually did like super exciting live coverage of the event and interviewed a lot of the Indian people who are part of the competition. And then we had local and international press coverage in English and Arabic. And it was really exciting because as soon as we won the award, they did this big projection onto the outside of the building, and they kept this up for like 4 days. So the whole building was lit up with the Guinness World Record. And they also had this huge, massive Jumbotron kind of screen outside the museum in the park where people could also see that we'd achieved the Guinness World Record. And then we created giveaways, and we had a ceremony to celebrate all the people that had participated. So we made, we're librarians, so of course we have to make bookmarks, and we had lanyards and other certificates and giveaways. And then this is just showing you an example of all the beautiful people that participated. So from all the different communities, and everybody wore their costumes and everything. And it was really something really amazing that just attracted so many people. So thank you, and if you have any questions about how to do your own Guinness World Record, I think I'm an expert, so I can answer those. Thank you very much.
Oh, it's not. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, hello. You can see the animation again. So, I'm Zuzanna Sender. I'm from the University of Warsaw Library, and I have the pleasure to talk about Buf dla Sów, which translates to Buf for Owls. Why Buf? So simply, our library is called in Polish Biblioteka Uniwersytecka w Warszawie, which has a nice acronym, short Buf. That's how we call it, the University of Warsaw Library. So with the word owl in Polish, we created a catchy slogan for the night studying action at the University of Warsaw. It takes place twice a year, before and during the exam sessions. It lasts around 3 weeks, and the library is open then during the night up until 5 a.m. So a bit of history here. The campaign takes place from 2010, actually, but until 2014, we did not have any actual marketing campaign. And then the action sort of spread by word of mouth, because the catchy slogan, Buf dla Sów, it rhymes, it's short, it's catchy. And also, we did not have any libraries in Poland until our library did it, that were open at night. So we became a national sensation, so to speak, in 2010, opening the library at night. From 2014, actually, we have this ongoing campaign, and the posters that I'm showing you right now are made, all of them are made by our graphic designer, Marcin Laszczkowski, a very good name to pronounce in front of non-Polish speakers. So with this whole action, we play with the words and with the idea of owl being a nocturnal animal and a symbol of wisdom. It's associated with knowledge and learning. So in the posters and other animations, we have owls in different contexts, let's say. And we wanted to, with this campaign, we wanted to attract our users. Our main users, as we are the academic library, are obviously our students. So we wanted to reach them, and we wanted to respond to their need for longer studying hours somewhere at the university, so the library was a good place for that. We wanted to also involve some artistic means of expression, so that we make the communication more attractive and more visible around the regular visual communication at our library. And then everyone knows what happened. So we had last Buf dla Sów in 2020 in the winter edition, let's say, and then COVID happened, and we had to suspend everything, so to speak. But we came back in early 2022 with a hint of real-time marketing, let's say. We had this poster that you see in the middle, and there is a short additional slogan saying "Tylko w masce," which means masked only. And after that, we were lucky to continue with the action. And this year, actually, in the summer exam session, we introduced new opening hours, and for 3 weeks we were open 24/7. And this is also the first time ever any library in Poland was open for the whole night and day. So that was that. And obviously, any campaign, any marketing campaign has to do something in social media. So here you can see some of the posts that we put on our mostly Facebook and Instagram. But we also have a Twitter account and a YouTube account. So if you want to check out any of our animations, there will be on our YouTube probably. And last but not least, these are some pictures of our interiors. So you can see lots of people studying, some of them sleeping. But what I wanted to tell you is that how we measured the success, apart from the fact that this campaign goes on and on and on for so many years, we can say that our success is visible in the number of readers who come to the library. We get over 12,000 people come in annually just during those 6 weeks in a year when the library is open at night. Apart from that, the posters that you've seen, that I've shown you, actually they become some desirable souvenirs, so people actually come and take them, let's say, so they disappear from the poster stands, which is not fun for us as librarians, but it means that people like them. So, and last but not least, many libraries have followed our example. So many libraries in Poland, both academic and others, followed our lead and decided to prolong their opening hours during the exam sessions or somewhere around that. But still, our slogan, Bów dla Słów, is still recognized nationally as something that we did, and we are still, in Polish scale, we are still the most unique library in this way, let's say. So this marketing campaign made a big impact on Polish academic libraries. Thank you.
Well, thank you. So many amazing campaigns. I think we need to give them one more applause, right? So now let's hear some words from our sponsor. We have the Press Reader CEO here today, Rory Doyle. Please welcome to the stage.
Hello, and good afternoon, everybody. My name is Rory Doyle. I am CEO of a company called Press Reader, and we are the proud sponsors of these fabulous marketing awards. It's an honor and a privilege to be with you here in Rotterdam, which is a deep, historic city of international trade, transport, and industry, and of course, this week, bringing us together for IFLA 2023. As we can see from all these entries and all these presentations today, there's a huge amount of work that goes into the award program itself. So I'd like to thank IFLA and the jury for the work that you did, and I'd like to give them a round of applause because it's an amazing program. So thank you, IFLA. The innovative work and examples that we heard from today are incredibly important and impactful in connecting communities to libraries and content. And by way of example, I want to tell you all a short personal story. And it relates to one of the key themes of this year's IFLA, which is the stimulation of reading. This is my son, Milo. He's 2.5 years old. He likes to eat muffins. He likes to walk the dog, although I'm not sure who walks the dog or the dog walks him. And he likes to spend some time with his family, and this is his little brother who is just 8 weeks old. This is Vancouver Public Library, where I live. The Renfrew branch is my local branch. It's one of 22 branches. I'm one of 200,000 card members, and Vancouver Public Library serves a population of about 700,000 people. At Vancouver Library, we discovered this fabulous illustrated book by a gentleman called Pete Oswald. I believe he's a US-based illustrator. And as people who have young kids might know, illustrated books are a fantastic way of getting small children into the habit of reading and books and library experiences. And in this book, which is fabulously illustrated, it charts the journey of a father and son who wake up one morning, who drive through this sleepy town, who head into the mountains, find a trail, find a place to plant a tree, take some photos, head home, have some milk and cookies, and fall asleep on the couch together. No tantrums. And the point of me telling you this story is that each and every time we read this book, and we've read it a lot and we continue to read it, there's new imagination, new discovery, new wonder, and ultimately new stimulating reading experiences. It transforms the bedtime reading experience fundamentally, and it connects it to the real world hiking experience. deepening our imagination together and joining the dots into the real world, as you can see here on the screen. So this is the stimulation of reading in real life. So whether you're in Brooklyn or Medellín, whether you're in China or Hungary, or whether you're in Poland or Qatar, ultimately these are the type of stories that you bring to life, and it demonstrates the impact that your marketing campaigns can have in connecting communities, connecting families, connecting parents and children, connecting fathers and sons. So thank you for the work that you do. Now, getting back to the award, at Press Reader, we are committed to helping libraries thrive, because we believe that knowledge is power, which is something that we heard about in the opening ceremony yesterday. And we believe that readers can truly change the world for better. We help libraries thrive ourselves through our own platform that brings together 7,500 newspapers and magazines from all over the world. This helps libraries activate patron passions through news and trusted journalism, through culture, through information and knowledge. And of course, we help libraries thrive by sponsoring these incredibly important awards. This year's marketing awards saw over 91 entries, I believe, which is nearly double what we had last year. The level of creativity, innovation, and impact across the board was truly remarkable. So I know we've had a couple of rounds of applause, but I'd like to, for one last time, celebrate and congratulate the overall winners of the Marketing Award for their exceptional work. First place was Sistema de Bibliotecas, Públicas de Medellín, with Around the World in 27 libraries. In second place, Brooklyn Public Library, and of course, Foshan Library with X-Book in third place. So let's give them one last round of applause, please. Finally, to everybody here in this Center of Innovation in Rotterdam and to all libraries all over the world, the work that you do is incredibly important. So please, from us, stay thoughtful, stay committed, stay inspired, stay innovative in everything that you do. You really can and you really do change the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Jeannie Bale.
Y yo soy Roxana Woman.
And we consider ourselves very fortunate to be members of this fantastic and, to use a word that was used during the opening ceremony, awesome section. And for the past year, oops, that wasn't what we wanted to, oh, sorry. For the past year, Management and Marketing has been celebrating its 25th anniversary as an IFLA standing committee. And to capture the stories of those who have played important roles over the years, we've been working on a few initiatives to mark this important milestone. So first, we just want to share with you a video featuring some familiar faces that you might recognize.
Happy anniversary to IFLA from July Library. Let's grow sustainably together. Hey!
Love the
Keep for the beat. Hoorah! Hoorah! Hoorah!
I want to congratulate IFLA with her 25th anniversary.
Happy birthday!
El casero del libro de la Biblioteca Santa Cruz del distrito de Miraflores en Lima, Perú, les desea un muy feliz aniversario a la sección de Management y Marketing de IFLA. ¡Felicidades!
On behalf of the National Library Board of Singapore, I would like to extend our warmest congratulations to the IFLA Management and Marketing section on its remarkable 25th anniversary. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, IFLA marketing section.
Time sure flies when you're having fun. Thank you for your leadership, IFLA, in providing a forum for learning and connecting for library staff across the globe. From your friends at Edmonton Public Library, happy 25th anniversary.
The National and University Library in Zagreb is thrilled to be a part of the celebrations for your big 25th anniversary, and we wish you many, many more. Happy birthday!
Hi, IFLA Management and Marketing. On behalf of the University of British Columbia Libraries Marketing and Communications team, happy 25th anniversary.
With what I read, with what I see, with what I hear, with what I think, with culture, I form my identity. Open your eyes, come to the library.
Happy birthday to you.
Hi from National University. Happy birthday.
Or is that an anniversary?
It doesn't matter. Whatever. Happy birthday from down under.
点亮图书馆，一起读书吧！我们在北京大学附属小学图书馆，祝你们生日快乐 ！Happy birthday! Congratulations, IFLA! Happy anniversary!
Desde Medellín, Colombia, el Sistema de Bibliotecas Públicas le desea un feliz aniversario número 25 a la sección de Management y Marketing de IFLA.
Deseamos que sigan inspirando a las bibliotecas del mundo por muchos años más.
¡Feliz aniversario!
So that was absolutely amazing. And as past IFLA Press Reader Marketing Award jury members, this video triggers a lot of emotions and really warm memories of our winners and their impactful campaigns. And a big thank you to Roxana, who is our new incoming information officer, for tracking down all these libraries and creating the video. So thanks, Roxana. And in addition, since last year, we've been producing a podcast that features current members interviewing past members who've played significant roles in the section. And you can see a few of our speakers here on the slides. So we encourage you to listen or watch these video interviews. This has been a really fun project, and we want to thank CPDWL for its inspiration. Particularly, it has its own podcast, so its host, Ray Pun, and also the Library History SIG with its dedicated convener, Anna Maria Tamaro, for its enthusiasm and support. So, and just as an aside, if you're interested in this type of work, LibHist is hosting a session tomorrow on its own oral history project. So thank you very much, and we're going to hand it back over to our chair, Anya, to wrap up the session and maybe answer a few questions, if we have time, I don't know.
Well, thank you. So we have about 5 minutes left for Q&A. So if you have a question, approach one of the mics in the room. And yeah, please go ahead. Don't be shy.
I'm from Peking University and also from China, so I'm very interested in the Jiaxing Library's program. So as you mentioned, you use some audio devices to have people start reading, and as I know, if Chinese government has attached more and more importance to helping people, enable people to read in their spare time, such as that some small reading rooms, some urban reading rooms in the cities, that is some small libraries in the city. So what do you think Jiaxing Library as a public library means to the city, and what is the most valuable thing in your project?
The audio box program can provide impaired persons, seniors, preschoolers with diverse resources to meet their individual needs. We all have a common goal, that is, on the road to reading, no one can be missing. The audiobooks program can promote the goal to be realized. Thank you.
Well, thank you. If we don't have any more questions, I'm just going to wrap up this session with giving. Can we give just one more applause for our fabulous winners? And I know that at least some of them will be here enjoying the conference. So if you have some questions, just look for them in the crowd, right? Also, keep your eyes open. We will shortly announce the next year's IFLA Press Reader Marketing Award. So if your library is doing any fabulous marketing, don't hesitate to send in a submission. Thank you.
Still there.